I'll be reacting to Tropical-Rouge Precure, episode 46. I'll be watching it off of Crunchyroll's website, and I'll be starting my reaction in 1, 0, go. Oh man, I'm pumped up for the finale. I'm going to miss seeing this magnificent Zoe mascot right before Glorious Tropical-Rouge Precure episode. Oh! I mean, I guess it can't go a week without seeing the girls transform at least once. But you know what? It's acceptable. I wouldn't be a Precure episode without the cute little transformations. But honestly, I wonder why the girls are transforming for. I'm just saying, like, don't get me wrong, this is fucking cool. I always love seeing their transformations and all, but I just find it to be odd if they have to end up against the foe in the final episode, considering that the previous episode implied that they took down all the antagonists. I gotta be. I love little Link from Monatsu there right before she finishes off the full transformation of the transformation animation. It just looks damn nice if you ask me. I love that Kira Flamingo. I mean, honestly, all the poses are nice, but it's just something about Laura and Sika's poses are just absolutely fantastic, if you ask me anyway. I always thought the transform, they look like they're about to swim together. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering! Oh, okay, I gotta admit that. That's actually a good comedic fit there. My guess is going by all of her experience. Laura's probably going to want to have both. She thinks she's going to want to become queen, but she's going to want to visit the girls on occasions. Because honestly, how could you want to give up your main dream, you know? At least that's what I'm wondering. I mean, at least that's what I'm guessing. I don't know why I said I'm wondering. And I love this when you see Monatsu be extremely concerned about the circumstances, too. And let me explain why. Because early in the series, you had Monatsu all happy, wasn't really concerned about a lot of things. But I love how in this series, she's accepted much more responsibility as the series has progressed. It really does make for a nice moment there. A nice, tense moment, if you ask me. Yeah. I swear, I'm going to miss having this adorable opening week by week. Like, seriously. All these cute little features. And you know what? The opening kind of did imply that our, well, at least the main antagonists weren't that evil because you see him dancing alongside everyone else. Because, for one, it's definitely a different vibe than what Healing Good Precure's opening gave were. And Healing Good Precure's definitely implied that the antagonists in that series were not going to be redeemable. Here, gotta admit, so we did a good job of subtly hinting that there was a chance that the antagonists could eventually have a change of heart. So, gotta give him credit for that. And saying that, it's just a shame that we never really got any major fights between the girls or the groups involving Chonge, Elde, or Numeri. It'd be nice to have seen our girls go up against them in the series, at least once, you know? Because they were hinted on in the opening and snippets in the series here and there. I enjoy the series overall, but that's one of the few disappointments in the series. I mean, no one's going to blame her for acting a bit fishy considering the fact of what happened. Whew. That'd be a lot for anyone to take in. That looks like a diabetes. Reincarnated as a melon bone. And she's also doing it because it might be the last time she ever sees Laura for quite a while. I mean, last time, as in like the last time she's able to see her as often. It is sad seeing everyone's sad faces here, though. The thing is, the responsibility's knocking on her door. I'm assuming she is going to. Exactly, and she kind of does have to decide because she's proven herself to be a capable leader to become a queen. Okay, at least they're bringing up the whole potentially forgetting plot point in the series. At least they're finally acknowledging it. I like the way she crawls. Oh man, that's so cute. Well, not crawls, but moves. That was cute. You know, they did take a lot of photos with the aqua pump, so maybe if they store up some of those photos, the bubble photos, they might be able to trigger memories in the future. But it's definitely. But Toad really loves doing this plot point, though. This is a Toei thing, and let me explain what I mean by that. So we did something similar in Gegege no Gitaro. Spoiler alerts for those who haven't seen Gegege no Gitaro 2018, but since that series is so under the radar, I doubt if anyone hasn't seen it yet, they're not going to see it now. But I'm not going to give too much of big spoilers. In the final episode, there's a character that forgets their experiences, but then at the end of the episode, they remember their experiences back. I wouldn't be surprised if that series does something similar where girls forget, but then they'll remember near the end of the episode. Kind of like how Gegege no Gitaro 2018 handled it, because that was also handled by Toei. I mean, maybe they won't do that. But this series is building up towards it, just like Gegege no Gitaro 2018 did it. All right, I'm hyped. They've been building for this for like how many weeks now? And I say Minatsu looks pretty cool with makeup too. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah! It wouldn't be a Tropical-Rouge Precure without our girl seeing at least Tropica shine once a week. At all. It just wouldn't be a Tropical-Rouge Precure episode. Yeah, our girl's got some acting chops to her credit. It's cute. I like how this relates to the experiences that Minori is going through when it comes to her writing, so that's cute. I like how that's the reference when they switched bodies. Oh man, that's what I call that. Now this is how you do an epilogue, while at the same time having like a nice subtle recap of the series too. Now this is professionally done stuff right here, straight up. Even though I may have had my doubts when it came to the series executing things in the middle, this is definitely how you execute a final episode. Something that Healing Good Precure honestly really didn't do such a great job at, but this series is doing it in spades. So even though you can tell this series didn't have the massive budget, well, Healing Good Precure didn't have massive budgets either, but even though the series didn't have the budget of Healing Good, at least the writing talent involved in this series is much more, how should I say without being too mean? The writing stuff in this series is much more competent in their execution. And they're working with much less, too, to top it all off. Because at least Healing Good had, its first, so to speak, 20-something episodes before the production of Dragon Quest, so its budget wasn't enough. This series' full run was during Dragon Quest Adventure Died 2021's run. So I had to deal with that from start to finish. That's what makes the writing here more impressive, if you ask me. And it's sad too because in a way it relates to what's going to happen So, like how I said from the performance being sort of like a nice little recap of the series, it's also a nice little cap off too. And you know what? That's the most Laura thing. Like, she's worked hard towards this. Seeing Sango cry is tough, but you can tell Monatsu, this is probably hitting her the hardest, the most, because she wants to cry, but she's trying not to in front of. Oh, all right. Oh, the thing is, the people eventually have to leave, though. Ah. Ah. And what hurts the most is that they really have had one of the best chemistries. If I compare this with Healing Good, the dynamic to Monatsu and Laura is probably the strongest dynamic I've seen in the Precure series of the two I've seen so far. So this definitely has impactful. And honestly, the dynamic is great, regardless of not even comparing it to Precure. It's great despite that. And seeing someone as strong as Monatsu cry like that, oh man. Whew. Oh, and I like this too because they one of the previous episodes did show off that Laura's an amazing singer, so to see all the group. It would have been Monatsu if she didn't do anything clumsy on occasion. It's Monatsu we're talking about. Oh, hey, even the students were laughing. The other students are laughing. So hey, it works. It works. Yeah. Plus, when you handle a play, you gotta go with the flow sometimes. And you know what? I'd say laughter is much more better than tears. You know, it beats them any day of the week. Aww. I mean, this is a nice heartwarming song here. I wonder how much practice those voice actresses went through though to get this bit, and how many tries it took. Because my goodness, they're perfectly on tune. It's just great all around. No, I like how the sensei's valley too. Yeah, I gotta clap too. Hell yeah. Oh shit! Oh! She's actually doing it. She's really to the moment. Oh shit! Whoa, down! I mean, I guess you can get away with it because the memories are going to be erased regardless. So. I like how instantly his own takes her up on the offer. Oh, and I like how that's a callback too to the girl that I believe was searching for the mermaid in one of the previous episodes. You know, everyone accepting this actually does make sense too, because they spent a lot of time with Laura for multiple episodes. I love this. Oh, Laura. She wouldn't be Laura without showing off. What a fucking badass. Aww. I'm sure our girl will be a badass in tennis. And Lauren will be a damn cool. Oh man, it's been a while since Manatsu's mentioned the whole makeup bit or lipstick thing. But here it actually makes sense, because considering that Manatsu used quite a bit of makeup, giving her a bit of makeup would, at the very least, ensure that she has something to help her remember Manatsu by. So kind of way, Tori wrote it so that it ain't just, oh yeah, wear makeup and I'll make you happier. Now they're putting now they're making that little bit into something poignant and powerful. And she has a point, because even if they forget, they would have had a lot of experiences together. A lot of life and death experiences, but a lot of fun moments too. And I really do hope it happens. I really want to see a meeting between all the girls. Oh, kind of like how it's a similar pose to like what the Queen did when she jumped out of the water like all those years ago. Honestly, loving all the callbacks to the previous episodes of the series. Definitely helps give this more of a finality vibe. And it's amazing because you have all these nice episodic episodes just come back together too in a grandiose way. That's what really makes the running of the episode absolutely fantastic. Aww. Well, that's rough to see. I'm gonna imagine. Oh, so she forgot. Well, not forgot, but her memories were erased. Oh, I really do hope we get to see our Laura do something, though. They can, yeah, they can split evenly. Oh, not even in the picture frames. Well, shit. Okay, the memory eraser procedure is pretty damn powerful then. Huh. Okay then. And like I see a bit of Laura's maturity too when it comes to her studying and all that. That's actually pretty nice. I do hope the human gets to see her though. All right. I hope she gets caught. Yes. Oh. Okay, at the very least, it explains how it works for Numene Elde and Chachonge. That's nice, actually. I just love our thoughts. Mmm. Oh, it does happen where sometimes if you look at certain things, it might get your memories back. Where if you taste something, it depends on the person. Oh yeah, but I was guessing. Yes, and look, she erased that machine that erased memories. All right. I kind of had a feeling the Aquapod was going to be involved, considering that they've been taking photos throughout the series. And I feeling that was going to be. Yes! That's also get to see Laura say the Tropical shining phrase too. Along someone else, so that's cute. If it's over, hey, that's okay, good, there's more. I was about to say, if it was over, that'd have felt like a cool ending too, but this is nicer. All right, we get to see Minarine doing her goal. Our girl, Songo also doing her goal too. It's so aggressive. Oh man, this song is so damn glorious. I'm gonna have to listen to the version of it once I'm done with reacting to the episode. Sometime tomorrow though, because stuff to react Digimon and then one more episode of Orbital Children. My way. Yeah, man, I fucking love the dancing. It's so damn cool. But honestly, for a final episode, this final episode is fucking perfect. I honestly have. Oh, yeah, right, Chef Chogan cooking. This is nice. And it's nice to actually see him help out the aquatic creatures. That's actually pretty cute. That's nice. You're seeing Laura become a teacher regarding humans. That's actually nice. All right, I gotta admit, this is about as much of a fantastic way of any novel series. The series, like no joke. This is an amazing ending. Yeah, I was like, our Papa Girls there in that visual. All right. Y'all can probably predict my thoughts. This last episode gets a 10 out of 10. I mean, what else can I say? Oh, hello, Ghost Tab. 10 out of 10 episode because it wraps things up perfectly. I mean, for one, it doesn't have any out of place promotions like Healing Good Precure did when it just randomly introduced Manatsu and then she just freaking disappeared. Yeah, Precure surprisingly good. It doesn't have any of that kind of stuff that Healing Good Precure did. Or when Healing Good Precure have like some sequel baiting where Rati's mother was like implying that if, say, the world were to get wild, she would potentially do some things against humanity. It didn't have any of that sequel baiting stuff that Healing Good did. So already this is a way better composed ending for a series than Healing Good. No, I did. Princess, you ever seen Princess Tutu Ghost Tab? That is by far the best Mono Shoujo anime that I've ever seen of all time. That series even stomps this one completely, Princess Tutu. It's only 26 episodes long. It's the best Mono Shoujo. Because unlike that series, Princess Tutu not only has... Because this series really only has two great characters with Laura Manatsu. Asuka's decent, but Minorin and Songo weren't great characters. Princess Tutu has four great characters, an amazing antagonist, pretty lighthearted and darker themes simultaneously, massive amounts of humor, and also a phenomenal ending too. Princess Tutu is an example of Mono Shoujo anime at their peak. It came out in the 2000s, so I actually would expect something like this from the series. But Princess Tutu is like in a whole different ball game. Princess Tutu is like peak top 10 anime of all time. Tropical-Rouge Precure is pretty good series. I'd say I put this series in my top 50, 100 anime of all time. Princess Tutu straight up in my top 10 anime of all time. No, yeah, it's an old anime. Princess Tutu is like straight up. No, it's the one with the duck. with the duck. Not the swan, but the duck. In the ballet dancing. It doesn't have a swan, though. Or maybe it does. But Princess Tutu is like peak Mashle Girl anime for me. This series is damn good, though. Because I was still going to put it in like my top. I'm still going to put this in like my top 100 anime list of all time. It's up there. This series is up there, but I'll post the Princess Tutu trailer. Yeah. Here's a Princess Tutu trailer. You can check it out, and while you check it out, I'll just I'll naturally not react, but I'll mention what I loved about this episode. So I could post this right now for you so that you can actually see if you actually heard of it. Here it is, the trailer. There. Because now I'm going to go back to Tropical-Rouge Precure as to why I thought the episode was 10 out of 10 worthy. So what I love about this episode is it resolves everything masterfully. And something else that I also adore about the final episode is just the character development for Manatsu, just seeing her maturity, seeing like how much the departure of her friend would absolutely break her. Now she didn't want to leave, but thing is, Laura had to. And that's what I love, because you can tell this is a tough decision on Laura, too. She obviously thought about this for a long time, but she chose the decision that was the most logical sense, which was pursuing her dream of being the queen. And that's something I adore about this final episode. It stayed true to every character in the series. And aside from getting to see growth from both Manatsu and Laura, because when it came to Manatsu, something I did love about this episode is I didn't like that aside from seeing Manatsu's emotions expressed, just seeing the happiness when she sees Laura, and the whole makeup thing too, where she gives it to her girl as a way of making her remember. And I love how that was a trigger for our girl remembering everything. Because in the previous episodes, when they mentioned the whole, oh yeah, I use this makeup to make you happier, then in this instance, it worked in a literal sense because I was able to trigger her memories. And I like that. That's a way better message than, oh yeah, let's just have this make you happy because it'll make you look pretty. Well, in this instance, it wasn't to make prettier, it was to help remember. So I love how they sort of like, I wouldn't say retcon, but they sort of give new meaning to the makeup bit in this last episode. And that's also phenomenal writing straight up. Yeah, it's super sad, Ghost Tab, but the anime is fantastic. Like Princess Tutu's top tier stuff. And I'm reacting to all the episodes, so in case you're curious, if you ever want to watch it, you can watch my videos alongside when you watch the anime. I reacted to every episode of Princess Tutu. But yeah, it's sad. So that's what I thought about this episode. It was magnificently crafted. And something else that I did enjoy is, at the very least, when it came to Numini, Elde, and Chepchongi, at least they also helped contribute to Laura, guiding Laura in the direction, getting her memories back. And I even love how they took the Aquapot and they made it into like a big plot element and being a main reason as to why all the memories came back. And it was actually kind of foreshadowed too, considering that they were always constantly taking pictures with the Aquapot. It made sense that it was going to play a factor into, Ghost Up, you're right. It's both. It's actually both. You're right. Yeah. That describes Tutu to a T. Yeah. Or should I say Duck, because her actual name is Duck. But yeah, she's both a sad character, but also a cute character too. So yeah, that's definitely our Duck to a T. Yep, you called it pretty right. Oh yeah. So that's why I love this episode. It took things that were built towards for multiple weeks, and it gave us nice narrative payoff. And aside from the character running, even the animation quality was great. You can tell Toei, they went to work on this episode, from like the details on Manatsu's eyes towards the scenes where characters are crying. It was just drop dead gorgeous. Especially like the backgrounds, like when Laura was about to leave and you had the sunset with her tearing up, was really beautiful. So from a visual standpoint, perfection. And the artwork was drop dead gorgeous. So that's why visually the episode was competently produced. The voice acting was amazing. And I loved hearing the expanded vocal range of all the voice cast when you heard them sing. It was nice. Now, even though I did give the episode a 10 out of 10, if I had to rate the series overall on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, 10 being exceptional, here's what I'm going to rate the series, though. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 for above average. And here's why. I actually rate this series higher than Healing a Precure, for those of you wondering. But here's why I got to limit it to 7.5 out of 10, though. As much of the series did a lot of good, it stumbled a few times in the middle. Like, essentially, it stumbled anytime they had anything to do with our girl, Minorin, or Sango. Because when it came to the action sequences, it felt like every single time Sango was involved in a fight scene, he does the shit was ding! Like, every time I'm like, all right, Sango, I guess you're just there to just do this every fight. And then when it came to Minorin, she just did the laser beam dies every episode, every time she fought, with like no variation. Unlike, say, Manatsu, Laura, you saw those two accomplish different feats. You had sometimes Laura solo enemies. You had a Manatsu solo enemies sometimes. You had Manatsu get through major amounts of adversity. When she lost her motivation, she had to gain it back. You saw Laura Manatsu practice and utilize multiple tactics during the action set pieces throughout the series. And you had Asuka do that on occasions, but you never had those moments for Sango and Minorin during the action set pieces. So this series hyper underutilized Sango and Minorin to the point where I'm like, this series probably would have been way better if Sango and Minorin didn't exist. I think it would have just focused on 3 Precures, maybe given us a full episode on Kuroace's backstory. Because honestly, Kuroace was only in the series for like a few bits here and there, but she was infinitely more interesting than Sango and Minorin combined. So that's my issue with the series. It's like Sango and Minorin, they're a wasted potential. The series had 46 episodes, and it only really made Manatsu and Laura great characters. And Asuka, a fine one. Not amazing, but she worked. It felt like she had a purpose at the very least. Sango and Minorin, it's like, with Sango, it's like, oh yeah, her dream. Well, first she had to miss what she wanted to model. Then she's like, oh yeah, put makeup on people. I'm like, okay. Not like the series worked that much on that. And when it did, it was like messed stuff. Same with Minorin when it comes to the writing. It's like meh. At least with the Asuka, she had a dynamic with Yuriko that was interesting to watch. And we saw her do tennis quite a few times throughout the series. So that's what made Asuka much more interesting character. Obviously, Manatsu didn't really have a main goal, but her dynamic with the other characters was fun. And then Laura's goal was to be a queen, which we got full payoff in the last episode. That's why out of the main 5, only 2 of them were great. And one of them got the job done, which is Asuka. And Minorin and Sango were just wasted potential. They were just background decorations. Literally, Sango and Minorin existed to sell purple and yellow Precure merchandise. And y'all can't say I'm lying about that, because that's the truth. They only existed for that very purpose. And also, Kurudun was so cute. He was actually an amazing mascot. I loved him. But they really kind of did underutilize him in the last few episodes, though, admittedly. Because they kind of made him useful in the first few episodes. Then the last few episodes, it's like, oh man, our girl Kurudun really could have used more screen time. But I digress. For the most part, even though they had those downsides, the series had more positives than negatives. Because admittedly, let's look at all the positives. You had Manatsu go from a happy-go-lucky girl at the start to eventually gaining more responsibilities, maturing, having feelings of sadness when it comes to Laura leaving, but then also being a wonderful individual because she was smart enough to give Laura the lipstick so that she'd have a higher chance of remembering her. So this series also showed Manatsu becoming smarter after the series progressed too. It showed off bits of her intelligence, and I love her tenacity, where even after her motivation was sucked away, she was still able to move around. So they gave Manatsu a lot of great moments, and Laura too, where she was a bit selfish, and this not super selfish, but a little bit. But then she became more selfless as the series progressed, and also she became a lot more sociable, interacting with the girls, because Laura had an abrasiveness when she was first introduced, but then that slowly went away. So that's also another thing I love with what they did with Laura, and it made Laura a phenomenal character. She was the best character in the show, actually. And it made like those bits where she was either raging or trying to hide what her wish, like well, one of Rachel's was, and normally the other episodes was pretty cute. So that's what I thought Laura was great. And then to top it off, when she revealed that she was a mermaid, that was just an absolutely boss move. So just a lot of moments in the series where it's like Laura's moments, they stick out to my mind. And Asuka was decent. I'll give her credit. The bits of only her and Yuriko were some nice comedic fun. And seeing her patch up her relationship with Yuriko, even though it wasn't the most engaging thing ever to see in animation, it was entertaining, to say the least. So that's what I thought the character running in the series, while it had flaws, it was interesting. As for the antagonist, gotta admit, even though, yes, that's right. Here's the thing. When it comes to Healing Good, this series had way better protagonists because in Healing Good, I felt like the only fully realized character there was just Nodoka, and Hinata was decent with Atsumi and Chiyo being wasted. But here's something I will give Healing Good over this series. Healing Good had some better antagonists. Like, here's the thing. Dairuzan and Batsumoda were better antagonists than the antagonists in this series, but Numine, Chef Chonge, and Elde were better antagonists than Guraru, the King Byogen King, and Shindone. So the antagonist bit in this series is kind of mixed. It's like the peak antagonists of Healing Good are better characters than the peak antagonists in this series, but the lowest tier antagonist in Healing Good are completely surpassed by the antagonists in this series. So, but I'll still give the edge to Healing Good because, again, Dairuzan was a pretty damn cool antagonist. But here's wasted potential. And let me mention why the antagonist wasted potential. Throughout the series in the opening, they were going to imply that Chef Shonge or Numine or Elde were going to fight against the girls in the Precure firms. We never got that. And don't tell me it wasn't implied because you see Laura fight them in the opening. You saw Laura have a minor little skirmish against Chef Chonge. It felt like it was going to go somewhere. I'm like, oh, damn. This is some cool shit. Maybe we might even get an Elde and fight scene against Monatsu. Not to the death, of course, but something. And then this series didn't do any of that. And I got to say, that's a bit of wasted potential. And Bravil will say, oh, well, Chef Chonge was temporarily on a Zenzen. I'm like, no, that doesn't fucking count. He wasn't fighting with his own free will, so that shit doesn't count at all. So that's where this series had wasted potential. And it was kind of disappointing because I'm like, oh, man. So when it came to the character stem from the antagonist, the series could have done a better job. But at the very least, though, and then the Witcher Delays was, she was just there. I understand that the point of her character was that she was lazy, so she wasn't supposed to be super memorable. But I still got to comment that she wasn't the most engaging antagonist. But at the same time, her association with Kira Oasis did make her more interesting. So from an antagonist standpoint, so we could have done a better job, but at least it wasn't a complete shit show. It was okay. But when you compare it to your other Maho Shoujo anime that are aimed towards kids, I'm not even talking about ones like Madoka or Princess Tutsu that are aimed towards older audiences, but when you compare it to other anime that also aim towards kids like Miyuko Dreamy has a way better antagonist like Uni from that series, because in that series you have an antagonist that's literally a stuffed toy who their main motivation is to cause chaos, because when they were sent to Earth, no one picked them up, because in that series, if you're a dreamer, you can only really be moving if a human picks you up, and eventually someone did pick up Uni, but it was someone that was kind of evil, so that influenced that character to be evil and to get rid of its part of its loneliness and made its own family to keep itself company. And then during the series, it bonded with the human character and this human character had depth too, because he had an inferiority complex against his brother. And then they were head by someone who had an inferiority complex against their own sister. Like Miyuko Dreamy, even though its season 2 sucks and Miyuko Dreamy mixes a piece of turd, Miyuko Dreamy season 1 was good and it had damn good antagonists with depth. And that's the depth I'm talking about. Villains with backstories and all that. Let's see. This series didn't have any hidden messages. It had good messages, though, but nothing hidden, though. I mean, the messages here were like, beauty comes from the inside. The messages in this series were, aside from beauty comes from the inside, It's also to like do your best to pursue your dreams. In the case of Laura, which she did, and in the case of also what Asuka did, even when the odds are absolutely against it, because the odds were completely against Asuka. So yeah, there were few messages in the series, to say the least, that were good and positive, and that's what I really dug about the series. But that's what I mean by depth. Like these villains didn't really have much arcs to them, and if they did, they were rushed in comparison to Mika Dreamy. And I like this series more than Mika Dreamy because Mika Dreamy's weakness is that its protagonists are melatoast. This series' weakness is that the villains are melatoast because the protagonists in Mika Dreamy aren't as interesting in comparison to the antagonists. This series has the opposite problem. Its protagonists are good, but the villains aren't so good. So that's where some of the weaknesses in this series lie. But in saying that, overall, I gotta give the writing quality more credit though, because all things considered, when the series had a big showdown, it looked good for the most part. I love how they actually did a good job in giving us payoff to plot points. Like, for example, the whole memory erasure thing. I like how they referenced it in this episode. So that was a nice way of closing things off. I love the epilogue. It was beautiful. So even though this series had some downsides, the positives definitely outweigh the negatives. And it was really comedic in more instances than it wasn't. And Kurudun really helped, gave a lot of comedic relief. And I love the chemistry between Laura and Manatsu. It was a joy to see. I mean, yes, you could argue that they rushed Kirio's backstory, yes. But at least the bits we got of it were great. And the final epilogue was amazing. Yeah, the middle episodes were a bit slow. But hey, you know what? What series doesn't have its weaknesses? I ask you that. Which series doesn't have its weaknesses? Okay, I mean, there's Princess Tutu. But Princess Tutu is like top tier, like once in a generation anime, where it's like, yeah, you're not going to get many anime like Princess Tutu that are like near perfection, where I can just do a chef's kiss and be like, yes, this is amazing. But still, though, this series, for what it had good writing. It had more moments of good writing. Weaknesses, but it had moments of good writing. Now, the animation quality for the series kind of suffered, though. Now, don't get me wrong. The first 2 episodes of the series look phenomenal. The last 2 episodes of the series look phenomenal. Episode 29 was absolutely beautiful looking, but my goodness, you can definitely tell that Dragon Quest took all the animators away because, whoo, boy, yeah, totally really struggled because some of the series there's creativity in the fight scenes when you had the characters utilize bits in the background to win in the fights, but then eventually the fights went from that to either overpowering the enemy or just straight up utilizing the main attacks and you win, which is disappointing. So the animation quality in the series was probably the only thing I can call a weakness. And if I had to give the animation a grade overall, I got to give it a C- because there were more moments where I noticed more derp, than there were moments where like, oh, it looked good. And I have to call out is the production values of the series were pretty low. Not as low as, say, Shaman. You know what? I'll give it at least a C grade because I remembered Shaman King. Shaman King is... and I know Shaman King had a quality bump after episode 35. But, yeah, I'll give the series a C. But still, though, the animation quality in the series was really inconsistent in a lot of places. And I can only hope the next Precure won't have those same issues. But at the very least, it was mostly on model for the most part. So I'll give it credit for at least that. But yeah, that was one of the only things I can say was a major weakness in this series because it kind of did affect my enjoyment of the action set pieces because, oh, that's interesting. Because the thing is, when you have an action-oriented series like this, you need the action sequences to look good. And that's where I think the writing stuff could have helped out the animators a bit because there's something I've preached when I react to some episodes of the series. I'm like, if you're going to have a shitty animation team, just straight up just make a slice of life episode. Just give us some episodes of that action because obviously you're going to have some animation teams that don't know how to animate action to save their lives. So instead of embarrassing those animators and biting out and having them bite off more than you can chew, just give us an episode that's just pure talking. Just do that. I know you're capable of it. Y'all could have done it throughout the series. Not every episode needed an antagonist to fucking show up and do shit. So that's my issue. I think this totally would have been better served if they were going to have a bad animation team. Just have them do Slice of Life for fuck's sake, please. Please. But who am I kidding? They'll probably do it again in the next Precure because they didn't learn those and they only got Precure. And Precure had a lot of episodes where they were done by low-tier animators. Where it's like, oh, you could have just completely turned this into a Slice of Life episode and save these animators from suffering potential embarrassment, making some absolutely disgraceful animation in that series sometimes. The series could have used more episodes, but I think the series could have been benefited by if they just focused on 3 Precures. Could have been better if they just didn't have Sango and Minorin exist. Or the series could have used maybe 13 more episodes. Yeah, that's why, I know, I did feel rushed. That's why I said things involving Cure Aces was rushed. And Sango and Minorin didn't feel like characters, they were decorations. Yeah, the series could have used more episodes. But obviously, though, Toei obviously is not going to lower the episode count. Oh, yeah, they could have used more episodes, but we know that wasn't going to happen, though. We know that wasn't going to happen. Let's just be real. But yeah, obviously they could have used more episodes, though. I think just better writing would have, and some episodes would have saved it. But yeah, it did feel rushed. But at least the final episode was amazing, Ghost Snap. The final episode was great. But yeah, that's my issue with the animation quality. Now, when it comes to music was great. Zero complaints there. Voice acting was absolutely amazing. I loved Ai Furose's performance as Manatsu. She fucking killed it. Yeah. I fucking love that voice. And I wait to hear her voice in more anime. She's fantastic. I still have to see JoJo Part 6, though, but she really kicked a lot of ass. And also, Rina Hiraka's voice as Laura was absolutely awesome. So that's what overall, I gotta say, the series is just absolutely freaking incredible, if you ask me, for the most part. And that's why I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. At least when it came to the highlights were incredible, and the not so highlights were not incredible. So that's why overall I got to give it a score of, it was a 7.5 out of 10, above average, which means good. It was good. Things kept it from greatness, but overall I had a fun time watching this series. And I'll probably watch the best looking episodes of this series and the funniest ones. I'll definitely do some rewatches. Yeah, Sunfigure was pretty good. And these are pretty much my thoughts overall, y'all, on the series and the final episode in general. Overall, I enjoyed my experience. Yeah, the series could have improved in a few ways, but you know what? The series is a lot of fun. And I'm definitely going to miss it. But in saying that, I am definitely pumped the fuck up for the next weekend. Fuck yes! And I will be there to react to it. Oh, show. Now, let me just check if there's any delicious previews, though. If there's any new previews, because I'll react to that right now, because I'm seeing that this video only has like 5 views right now. So since this video only has 5 views, then I'm going to find it pointless to make a separate, well, at least 5 views so far. Yeah, it's Ghost Game's next. So I'm going to make a separate, so I'm not even going to bother making this. Oh, okay, never mind. It went up to 7. Okay, never mind. My views are going up. Holy shit. I guess it took a bit. But still, though, as a reward, y'all, since shit, 7 is way more than I could have expected for the live stream. As an award for this, I am going to react to Delicious Party Precure trailer right now. I'm not going to make a separate video for it, so y'all can have it on the same video for more convenience. And then after that, I'll react to Ghost Game. So, yeah. Let me react to Delicious Party Precure trailer 2 in 1, 0, go. Hell yeah, I'm popped up for this. Dun, dun. Oh, I love the theme. The character design of a girl looks damn good. I even love the way her cheeks move when she's eating food, too. Damn, that food look good. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh, of course, McDonald's is a sponsor. That new Precure looks kick-ass. That mascot. Oh, I fucking love it. Yes. Cute. Oh, I need to buy merch with that mascot. I need it. But I can't find any merch in the US, though. They don't sell. Like, every single time I go to, like, a Hot Topic or Tokyo Discount or any anime shop. They're like, no, we don't have any Precure merchandise. Oh no, we don't have any Digimon merchandise. We don't have any freaking Dragon. I'm like, fuck. That's the thing. I want to buy merch for Precure, but they don't have any, and that makes me sad. I want Precure merchandise, damn it, but they don't sell it, and I'm not gonna buy it from like some random site in Japan because I can't read kanji. I don't know if they're gonna steal my credit card information. So that's why I want to buy it off the US for safety reasons. I don't trust the internet from anime merch. I do buy a lot of anime merch though. For those of you wondering, I do buy. I just wish they sold Precure merch though. I would have thrown down like freaking $80 on the Kuruden plushie if they sold it in the US. They don't have it though. And I want Kuruden merch, damn it. I want to have that in my life. But yo, great trailer though. I freaking love that trailer. That was some good shit. Ghost, I'm a paranoid person. I'm not gonna trust my information to those sites though. I'm too paranoid for that. But I'll still look into them though. But I'm still super paranoid though. So, I'll also react to the Tropical-Rouge Precure Baton Pass. They have it on YouTube. Okay, I'll react to the Baton Pass. You know what? I'll make this extra special since this video did better than I thought it would. I'm gonna react to the Baton Pass now. So this is not my reaction to Tropical-Rouge Precure Baton Pass Cure Summer X Cure Precious, at least according to the YouTube title. All right, the Baton Pass reaction now. I'm doing it all today. Yeah, I love her stuff. Looks cool. Oh, that wig is nice. All right, this is so cute. Let's get it open up to pose. Okay, keep this cute name. Oh, man, I love the sound of the little animal. Yeah. Oh man, I'm hyped. I like how there's some food in the background too. All right. Now the baton. Help they shot the baton. Oh, there's no baton. Wait, where was the baton being passed? Oh, okay. I guess baton passed in the figurative sense. I don't know why I was thinking for a second it was going to be a baton. An actual baton pass. But no, that's cute though. That's cute. I like this. This is cute. All right. This is some cute shit. Let me see if there's any other Tropical-Rouge. Not Tropical-Rouge. Let me see if there's any other previews for the next Precure. Let me see. Okay, if there's a third trailer, I'll react to it too. Why the fuck not? Let me see if there's a third trailer. I'll definitely react to it if there's a third trailer. Let's see. No trailers. That's it. I reacted to every single trailer for Delicious Party Precure. Wait, there's an episode 1 preview. Let me see. Oh no, never mind. No, this is just trailer. No, this is trailer 1. No, but yo, I'm hyped. I'm actually really hyped for the next Precure. Okay. Hello, Tagi Molaku. But yeah, I'll take those sets into consideration for sure. Ghost Up. But yeah, overall, the previews look damn great. For the Delicious Party Precure. And yeah, these are pretty much my thoughts on Tropical-Rouge Precure. I enjoyed the series. I thought it was good. And it definitely excites me more for the next one. But anyways, right before I go, I'll just say thank you very much to Ghost Tab and also Tagi Molaku for commenting on the live chat. And thank y'all, everyone else, for also watching my video. Hope y'all rate the video, share it, comment, and subscribe. Hope y'all have a Tropica shining day. And yes, I had to say that because I won't have any excuse to say that phrase anymore. And it makes me sad. Hope y'all rate the video, share it, comments, or subscribe because you're not going to want to miss my reaction to Delicious Party Precure whenever that comes out because I am going to react to that for sure. I just hope I don't have to work that day. No, because work is random. My work schedule is so random. But hell, like, even if I got to work, Delicious Party is going to be like major priority for me. So no worries. I'm going to react to it as quickly as possible whenever that comes out. But anyways, y'all, thank you very much for watching my video and have a Tropica shining day, everyone. Bye-bye.